Greetings. I hope you're all well and keeping safe. Last week, we put out a video of an opportunity in Sutherland, and I must say that we were taken aback by the interest in that loan. It went out literally overnight and was fully funded within a couple of hours. In this video, I'd like to talk to you about an opportunity in Balgownie, which is a suburb just 5 kilometers away from Wollongong, and Wollongong is around 80 kilometers south of Sydney. It's an opportunity, a very good one, but it's also for a reasonably small raise. It's only $1 million for this tranche, so it's going to go quickly. So if you're interested, you need to get on the buzzer quickly, get onto the platform and make sure that you register your interest in funding the loan and committing to it. I'm going to share my screen with you, and I'm going to take you through the IM for this very quickly. Okay, hopefully you can all see the IM. This will be up on the platform by the time you get this video. As you can see, it's in Balgownie, New South Wales. The return to investors is 8.75% per annum at an LVR of 65% on an as-if complete basis. The total lend for this loan is $3.1 million, and this tranche is just a little bit over $1 million. We've credit scored this as a C4, and the loan term is quite short at 5 to 8 months. So if you have a little bit of lazy money lying around, this is a great opportunity for you. So just in terms of the opportunity itself, the purpose of the loan is to refinance land, to demolish existing buildings, and to construct 8 townhouses at Kembla Street in Balgownie, which is actually comprised of 2 separate lots. As I said already, the total loan is $3 million, of which this tranche is $1 million, and the borrower is a special purpose vehicle entity, which is owned by a unit trust, and the guarantor is the director and sole shareholder of the borrower. A little bit about those entities later. The LVR is 65% on an as-if complete basis, and the project commenced on an as-is value of 55.6%, with the value being added through the construction process. The minimum loan term is 5 months, the maximum term is 8 months, and that's really just to allow any delays for registration and settlements, which is quite usual for a construction loan. The borrower is paying 7.25% on usage with a line fee of 2.75%. And if there's a default, then investors will earn the additional 5.5% on the usage rate. Investor return for this loan is 8.75 per annum, paid monthly in arrear for the first 5 months. And then if the borrower elects the rollover for the next 3 months or any of those 3 months, then interest will be paid at the end of the loan with a default return of 11.75%, as I've just said. Our credit team has scored this as a C4, meaning that default is considered unlikely, with an LVR of 65%. We need the money from you by not later than 22 September, and this loan is expected to commence around 24 September. As it stands right now, the project is already 41% complete, so $780,000 of the $1.9 million budget has been spent, with the rest still to go. I'm going to take you through that really quickly. Just a little bit about the area. This is a really good area in Balgownie, which is an affluent suburb 5 kilometers north of Wollongong in the Illawarra region of New South Wales. Interestingly, the Illawarra is the top performing regional housing market in Australia, with price growth over 12%. It's very close to all amenities, and the developer intends retaining the townhouses on completion for investment, but he will subdivide the units and he can sell them individually should he so choose. The developer's last 2 projects were very close to the site of this current project. They were 25 and 50 unit multi-level residential buildings with basements, and both projects were built by the guarantor and funded by our external credit team's associates in their previous banking roles with one of the major banks. As I've already said, the project is 40% complete as at the end of August, which is $780,000 of work done. There's been no contingency used, there's been no variation claim, and no variation is presently forecast. There's an experienced local builder with a 20-year track record who's building the project, and the guarantor himself, who's also a licensed builder, is overseeing the entire project. As you can see there, it's pretty well on track with 40% complete, and practical completion should be around January 2021. But the developer and the builder are hoping to finish this actually before Christmas 2020, in other words, in about 4 months' time, noting that the facility that we've put in place allows 3 months post-completion with further options to extend. We don't see any difficulty with any of the COVID-related issues relating to the loan, and we've checked that out quite carefully. As you can see over here, there's a refinance of an existing lender and an equity release of $834,000. There's a construction component of $1.9 million. There's a contingency, which is standard for all of our loans, of 5% of construction, quantity surveyor costs, legal fees, and the platform fee to Zagga plus interest makes up the full 3.1 million. And this is secured by registered mortgages over both of the lots, a first ranking general security agreement over the borrower, a tripartite agreement between Zagga, the borrower, and the builder, and individual guarantees and indemnities given by the guarantor himself. We have a valuation here from Property Logic Valuations, who do a number of valuations for Zagga, and we're quite comfortable with that valuation, and we can see lots of equity in there. The commencing value was ascribed at 55.6%. Value is now being added through the construction. It's 41% complete, and as if complete will be at 65%. Two clear exit strategies for this loan. There's a primary exit through refinance on completion with rental income and supporting guarantees. Alternatively, a secondary exit via the sale of the townhouses and refinance of any residual debt. So we feel very comfortable with getting out of this loan when the time comes. Market conditions remain strong in Illawarra. On a rolling 12-month basis to May, the average house price in Balgownie had risen from $855,000 from $821,000 in January, so that's just over 5 months. And these townhouses are priced in a range of $575,000 to $775,000 with an average price of $645,000. So we think they're well within market range and they should be very attractive. The developer has a number of strong developments to his credentials. The builder has a number of strong projects to his credentials, so we're happy with those. And in terms of financial information, we've been provided with all the necessary supporting information, which confirms that the guarantor has a net asset position of around $11 million. So we're quite comfortable that should we have to access the guarantor's personal guarantees, there'll be no problem in doing that. It's our normal standard terms and conditions for the loan, which go with all of our loans. So those of you who've been in our loans before will be comfortable with those. Those of you who haven't, you'll be able to read more about this in the term sheet. Our external credit team, CCPA, will have oversight of all drawdowns, and they will work with the project manager to ensure that the project progresses to plan and program. The key points of recommendation, both from us and CPPL, is that we think it holds broad market appeal. It's being delivered by an experienced team. The site is well located. The works to date have been completed in a timely and efficient manner with professional standards of workmanship. The project has been de-risked with 40% completeness already. The net asset position of the guarantor is comfortable and can withstand us having to access the guarantee. There are external cash flows available of $350,000 per annum to the sponsor. We've got a good security package, and there are primary and secondary exits available. So if you're interested in funding this loan, and as I said, it's going to go very quickly, it's only $1 million. Minimum investment is $100,000. We need your money by the 22nd of September, and just get onto the platform and commit to the loan when you're ready. As always, if you've got any questions, please feel free to contact either me or Stephen Levy or info@zagga.com.au, and we'll happily revert to you with any answers to any queries that you have. The information will be up on the portal, but if you have any issues accessing the portal, again, either call us or email that email address, info@zagga.com.au, or ring 1300 1 Zagga, and we'll be sure to get back to you. Stay safe, keep well, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you and goodbye.